You're standing close enough to feel her presence, but not close enough to justify what you're sensing. There's no touching, no flirting, no obvious tension, just a quiet moment suspended in air. Yet something shifts. The atmosphere thickens as if the room itself is holding its breath. Her posture softens by a fraction, her shoulders drop, and her eyes flicker for barely half a second. So quickly, she probably doesn't even realize it happened. Nothing dramatic, nothing intentional. But your instincts catch it instantly. That tiny rupture in her composure that tells you something underneath her calm is waking up. Women never announce their desire. They don't say it. They don't admit it. They're taught to bury it so deeply that even they forget where it sleeps. But their bodies betray them long before their words do. Desire leaks through them in micro movements, in breath patterns, in stillness that feels too heavy for the moment it lives in. And there is one silent signal, one shift so subtle most men walk right past it, that reveals her desire isn't building anymore. It's about to break through the surface. You've seen it before without realizing. You've felt the atmosphere thicken around a woman and thought it was your imagination. But once you recognize this signal, you'll never see women the same again. Men grow up believing desire is something loud, something that announces itself with flirting, touching, giggling, long stares, playful teasing. They expect desire to behave like a billboard, obvious, intentional, impossible to misread. And sometimes it does, but only when her desire is mild, manageable, still under her control. That's the first layer of female desire, the social layer. It's controlled, playful, predictable. She flirts lightly. She tosses her hair. She sends signals she knows how to retract if she needs to. In this state, she is performing desire, not surrendering to it. She stays in control of the narrative, of herself, of you. But when her desire reaches the breaking point, when something about you bypasses her thinking brain and hits her instinct directly, everything changes. It doesn't get louder. It gets quieter. The key reveal is this: the stronger her desire becomes, the quieter her body becomes. This is the paradox men never learn to see. Because when her desire shifts from social to primal, her body stops broadcasting and starts bracing. Her breath doesn't speed up, it deepens. Her movements don't get bolder, they get still. Her eyes stop scanning the room and begin fixating on one point, one detail, one part of you she can't stop imagining. She becomes too calm, unnaturally calm, because her nervous system is overwhelmed with a level of attraction she can't rationalize or regulate. This is the second mode of female desire, primal desire. Silent, instinctive, involuntary. It operates beneath consciousness, bypassing the layers of social conditioning she's spent years building. It's not playful. It's not performative. It's biological. And when it takes over, her body reacts the same way a body reacts to anything overwhelming. It becomes still. Stillness is not disinterest. It is pressure building beneath the surface. Most men misinterpret this silence as boredom or emotional distance, never realizing they are witnessing the moment just before her desire breaks into something she can no longer hide. Because here is the truth whispered in the space between her breath and her heartbeat. Desire is loud in girls, but in women, desire is silent. Women don't signal desire quietly because they're subtle or mysterious. They signal it quietly because every part of their psychology has been shaped to hide wanting, not display it. From childhood, she's taught that expressing hunger, emotional or physical, is dangerous. It threatens her reputation, her good girl identity, the social approval she's been conditioned to protect. So she learns to smile instead of stare, to speak politely instead of reveal longing, to pretend she's in control even when something inside her is waking up. This conditioning becomes automatic. Even when desire surges, the persona she built to survive society tries to suppress the truth. Yet biology has no interest in her social image. Her body responds to you long before her mind allows the reaction to surface. A single glance from you, a shift in your tone, the weight of your presence, these things bypass her conscious filters and hit the instinctive part of her that doesn't care about consequences. Before she admits to herself that she's attracted, her breath has already deepened. Her pulse has already changed rhythm. Her gaze has already locked onto you in ways she hopes you don't notice. This is why her signals are silent. Her body reacts before she approves the reaction. And when desire spikes too quickly, too intensely, her nervous system becomes overloaded. This isn't fear. It's anticipation so strong, her body must stabilize itself. The same biological mechanism that makes prey freeze when sensing a predator now makes her fall into stillness when sensing a man whose presence destabilizes her. It's the calm before the storm. The moment her instincts prepare for a shift, her conscious mind is terrified to name. Because beneath the biology and conditioning lies her deepest fear: losing control. Every step deeper into desire pulls her further away from logic, further from safety, further from the persona she uses to manage her world. The quieter she becomes, the closer she is to crossing a line where instinct takes over and thinking stops. That's why the signal is silent. Not because she doesn't feel, but because she feels too much. Her body retreats into stillness to contain an emotion powerful enough to override her identity. And this is the truth most men never see. A woman becomes silent not when she's bored, but when she's fighting herself. When the silent signal appears, it doesn't look like seduction. It looks like interruption, as if something inside her suddenly overrides everything she was doing a second earlier. Her body slips into freeze mode, not from fear, but from anticipation so sharp her nervous system must shut down all necessary movement. Her shoulders stop shifting. Her hands become still. Even the way she holds her neck changes. She's not withdrawing, she's bracing. Her instincts are preparing for an escalation her conscious mind hasn't approved. Then her eyes give her away. They no longer move casually around the room or bounce between objects. They lock onto one specific spot: your mouth, your hands, the line of your jaw, the shape of your collarbone. She's imagining something she would never put into words. She's running a scenario she won't admit to. And the longer her eyes linger, the more her social persona struggles to keep control of the moment. Next comes the breath. It doesn't quicken. That would be too obvious. Instead, it slows, deepens, becomes heavier, almost deliberate. This is a biological pre-escalation response, the body lowering itself into a deeper state of readiness. Her breath is syncing with instinct, not conversation. She's not thinking about what to say next. She's feeling what she wants next. Suddenly, she becomes extremely present. Too present. She's no longer scanning, analyzing, calculating. Her mind stops navigating the social landscape and collapses inward. Her awareness narrows until it's focused entirely on you. This is the moment most men misread, the moment she goes quiet, still, and intensely tuned in. It's not disinterest. It's surrender to the pull she's trying not to reveal. And finally, her voice betrays her. When she does speak, It's softer, lower, controlled to the point of tension. Almost too steady, because she's working to hold something back. Women can fake smiles, fake laughter, fake indifference, but they cannot fake the micro tremor in their voice when desire is pushing through their composure. All these shifts, the stillness, the locked gaze, the deepening breath, the hyper-presence, the softened voice, are pieces of one truth. Her desire is no longer manageable. It's pressing against the surface, looking for a way out. Stillness is the body's way of containing an emotion too strong to control. Most men miss the silent signal, not because women hide it perfectly, but because men are trained to look for the wrong kind of signs. They expect desire to be loud, flirting, touching, laughing, playful eye contact. They think interest must be displayed in neon lights to be real. But primal desire doesn't behave like that. When a woman is mildly attracted, she flirts. When she's deeply attracted, she quiets. So men who rely on loud cues end up blind to the moments when her desire is actually strongest. The second reason men miss the signal is simple. They misinterpret her stillness. A woman who goes quiet, who stops moving, who becomes laser-focused, is often read as detached or uninterested. Men assume she's bored or thinking about something else. But stillness isn't a retreat, it's a buildup. It's her body bracing for impact, containing feelings that are threatening to spill over. Her silence isn't distance, it's pressure. And because men aren't taught to read tension, they walk away from moments that were seconds away from escalating into something real. Then comes the fatal mistake. Men break the moment by talking. When a woman drops into instinct, her thinking brain steps aside. She's not in a conversational state. She's in a sensory one. And the instant a man starts filling the silence with nervous chatter, jokes, explanations, or forced conversation, he pulls her out of that instinctive space. Words kill the tension. They snap her back into logic, into analysis, into self-awareness. The moment dissolves, and she retreats into the safe version of herself again. What could have been a breakthrough becomes nothing more than a missed opportunity. And lastly, men miss the signal because they don't know how to hold silence. Silence is uncomfortable for most men. They rush to fill it, fix it, or escape it. But women don't fall into desire through words. They fall through presence, through tension, through the heavy quiet that makes her feel something rising inside her she can't name. Silence is the key that unlocks the next stage of her desire. When a man can hold stillness without flinching, without breaking, without performing, he becomes the anchor her instincts respond to. Few men ever learn this, and because they don't, they never witness the moment desire shifts from subtle to explosive. When you finally see the silent signal, the stillness, the locked gaze, the deepening breath, the worst thing you can do is rush into action. Most men destroy the moment by moving first, trying to escalate before her desire fully forms. But primal attraction doesn't respond to speed, it responds to pressure. So the first rule is this: do not move. Let her anticipation build inside the silence you're holding. Every second you stay grounded, her instinct rises another inch. She's not waiting for your touch, she's waiting for your composure. The second step is subtle, but powerful. Lower your voice. Not dramatically, not theatrically, just enough for your tone to drop into a deeper register. Depth communicates calm strength, and calm strength activates parts of her instinct you can't trigger with charm or words. A lowered voice isn't about seduction, It's about signaling that you're unaffected by the tension she's drowning in. The contrast between her internal chaos and your external stillness intensifies her desire. Then, reduce your movements. Match her stillness, but with purpose. When you slow down, you amplify the tension already running through her body. Every small gesture becomes heavier, more meaningful, more charged. This is how you create the atmosphere where desire stops being a thought and becomes a physical presence between you. Next, hold eye contact with calmness, not hunger. Hunger pushes her away. Calmness pulls her in. When a woman's desire is peaking, she's hyper-aware of your every micro-expression. If she senses neediness, you break the spell. But if she senses steadiness, if she sees that you're not overwhelmed by the moment that's overwhelming her, her instinct steps forward. Confidence under pressure is the trigger that unlocks the part of her she hides from everyone else. And finally, let her break the space. Don't lean in. Don't reach. Don't advance. If she steps closer, if she shifts toward you, if she breaks that thin layer of air separating you, she has already made her choice. Women in primal desire don't move by mistake. They move because instinct has taken over their hesitation. This is the dangerous truth men rarely understand. You don't chase desire. You let it rise until she can't contain it anymore. When her desire reaches the point where it can no longer hide behind gestures, jokes, or polite conversation, something rare happens. Her social mask slips. The silent signal you've learned to see doesn't just reveal attraction. It reveals her instinct, the part of her that existed long before she learned to behave, to be proper, to protect her image. When she falls into that stillness, you're no longer dealing with the persona she performs for the world. You are seeing the truth beneath the performance, the unfiltered, unedited version of her she keeps locked away because she fears how powerful it is. Silent signals bypass everything she uses to control how she appears. They slip under her filters, past her logic, straight into the part of her that feels. That's why the moment is so dangerous. You're no longer interacting with who she thinks she is, but with who she really is. But here's the part men rarely understand. Not every woman can handle her own desire. Some retreat the moment they feel it rising. They shut down. They distance themselves. They escape into excuses. Not because they don't want you, but because the intensity terrifies them. Others panic internally. Desire makes them feel exposed, vulnerable, out of control. The silence they fall into isn't peaceful. It's chaotic. And then, there are the few who surrender, not because they choose to, but because their instinct overrides their hesitation. These are the women who step closer, who break the space, who let the moment carry them. But even then, the surrender isn't conscious. It's a biological submission to a sensation they can't rationalize or resist. And the deeper her reaction, the less control she actually has. When a woman's desire intensifies beyond her comfort zone, she begins to act without thinking, not recklessly, but instinctively. Her eyes stay locked because she can't pull them away. Her breath deepens because her body is preparing itself. Her voice softens because her nervous system is overwhelmed. Very few men ever witness this version of a woman, because very few men know how to stay calm when her instinct begins to surface. Most interrupt the moment. Most talk over it. Most pull her back into her thinking mind. But if you can remain still, if you can hold that tension without collapsing into neediness or fear, you will see something most men never will. A woman revealing the part of herself she hides from everyone else. Her silence isn't emptiness. It's her true self leaking through the cracks in her composure, fighting to be seen. Most men go through life waiting for the obvious, waiting for the loud, dramatic, unmistakable signs that a woman wants them. They look for the giggles, the touches, the playful teasing. They wait for her to make it easy, and because they wait for the wrong signals, they never see the right ones. They miss the shift in her breath, the stillness that settles into her body, the way her presence sharpens as her mind goes quiet. They miss the moment desire stops being social and becomes instinctive. They miss the quiet. And quiet is where everything truly happens. Because here's the truth. Most men wait for loud signs. The rare man listens for the quiet ones. Loud signs are for boys. Quiet signals are for men who understand women at their core. When you learn to read the subtle shifts, the silence, the pause, the sudden heaviness in the air, you stop being confused by female behavior. You stop misreading her indifference when she's actually overwhelmed. You stop chasing the women who only flirt socially, and you begin recognizing the woman who's fighting to hold herself together in your presence. Desire doesn't scream. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask permission to be seen. Desire whispers, and that whisper slips through her breathing, her stillness, her gaze, her voice. When you learn to recognize that whisper, you gain access to a part of the female psyche most men don't even know exists. You stop chasing because you finally understand the power of tension. You stop over-explaining yourself because you see how words pull her out of instinct. You stop rushing because you see how anticipation makes her unravel internally. And something deeper happens. When you stop chasing, women start revealing the part of themselves they hide from everyone else, the part that wants, the part that feels, the part that desires without permission. She stops performing and starts reacting. She stops pretending and starts responding. She steps out from behind the version of herself she uses to navigate the world and lets you see the woman she actually is, the one she usually keeps buried under layers of control, fear, and social conditioning. You become the man who can read what other men can't. You become the one who sees her not through her words, but through her instinct, and that changes everything. Because the question isn't whether women give the signal. They do. The question is, are you the man who can read it? Are you the man who can hold the silence, who can stay grounded when her desire begins to take form, who can handle the version of her she hides from everyone else? Most men never reach that level of awareness. They're too loud, too fast, too desperate to fill the air. But you, if you're here, if you're listening, if something in this hit a nerve, you're not like most men. You're stepping into a deeper understanding of how women work beneath the surface. You're learning the psychology they don't talk about, the instinct they don't admit, the truth they don't even fully understand themselves. And if that's the path you're choosing, then hear this clearly. If you want to understand the instincts women hide even from themselves, you're exactly where you need to be. If this opened your eyes, subscribe, because this is only the beginning. If you've seen this signal in a woman before, drop it in the comments. Your story will teach another man what he's been missing. And if you know a brother who keeps chasing loud signals while missing the quiet truth, share this with him. Welcome to Mind Principles, where men stop guessing and start understanding.